Hey guys, it's Miss Caps here, and today we are going to work on finding the main idea of passages within a text. We're going to be using this article, Nothing Can Stop Her. So at this time, I'm going to turn my video off and help you guys to navigate this page. This is through scholastic.com, and you should have a link to it. So over here on the left, you'll see that you have a text to speech option. So if you'd like to have this article read aloud as you read it, that's there for you as a choice. And then also at the bottom, if you scroll down, there's a couple of videos. And just to give you a little background knowledge about who Jordan Reeves is, I would like for you to go ahead now and pause your screen and watch this first. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we're talking about the main idea, and the main idea is what the passage is mostly about. And before I pause and ask you to read the passage, I'd like to review some of the vocabulary with you that you may or may not be familiar with. So the first word we have here is leotard, and leotard is clothing often used by dancers. So here you have a picture of a leotard that a dancer might wear. And the next word is limbs. So limbs, as used within the text, refers to arms and legs of people. It can also mean legs of animals. So a couple of other words, scrolling back down our article, we have this word prosthetic, and if you click on it, you'll see that you have the definition. You can always listen to it.
Prosthetic describes a device used to replace a missing or injured body part. Mark's prosthetic leg didn't stop him from playing soccer.
So I would encourage you to click on the words that you find in blue, listen to the definition of those, and here we have a picture to go with it as well. There's also a word in blue. If you scroll down to this paragraph, I'm just going to click on it for you.
Mentor, someone who gives advice or guidance. Coach Mack was a mentor to his young team.
So as you're using articles within scholastic.com, you can click on those blue words and should be able to hear them and see a picture as well as get the definition for those words. So now if you'll go ahead and read this article, again, remember you have the text-to-speech option if you'd like, but just go ahead and read this article. So now we're going to look at this section of the passage, and we're going to talk about how to take this heading, turn it into a question, come up with some key details that would answer that question, and then use that information to form a main idea about that section of the passage. So the first thing that I did was took the heading here, tackling challenges, and I formed a question with it. So that question is, how does Jordan tackle challenges? And then I found some key details that answer that question. So the first key detail I wrote was Jordan was born with a limb difference. The second key detail is Jordan uses a prosthetic arm to help her do things. So with all of that information now, I formed a main idea. And that main idea is Jordan overcomes her challenge of being born with a missing limb by using a prosthetic arm to help her. Okay, for this part, you'll need something to write with and a piece of paper. And for the next heading, I went ahead and came up with the question, which is, why do people call Jordan Glitter Girl? And what I'd like for you to do is you go back and look at that section of the passage. If you will go and answer and list the key details that would answer that question. And once you have those key details into place, if you'll go ahead and list your main idea for that section of the passage. And once you finish for that heading, if you'll go ahead and do the same thing, guys, with the next heading, and I went ahead and wrote a question for that heading, which is, what is born just right? Again, you're going to list the key details that would answer that question, and then write your main idea statement for that section of this passage. Okay, guys, the next part here is for you to use as a self-check. So make sure that you've answered the main idea statements for both the second and third heading before moving on at this point. If you need to pause, that's fine to go back and do that, because this is the self-check. So I'm going to scroll down now. So looking at heading 2, again, I gave you this question: why do people call Jordan Glitter Girl? Some key details that you might have listed were Jordan was invited to invent a prosthetic arm with a superhero power. And Jordan and her team of designers used a 3D printer to create a prosthetic arm that shoots glitter. So, taking those details, the main idea is that after being asked to create a prosthetic limb with the superpower, Jordan and her team created a prosthetic arm that shoots out glitter. Now, your idea may not be worded exactly like mine, and your key details may not be exactly like mine, but as long as you're on the same lines of that main idea, then your answer is probably correct. And again, guys, for the third heading, the question was, what is born just right? And the key details I listed there: Jordan and her mom created an organization called Born Just Right, where children born without limbs can create their own limbs like Jordan did. And Jordan says she wants kids to know that your differences are amazing and that you never know what amazing things you can do with them. So, looking at the main idea for this section of the passage, Jordan and her mom created Born Just Right to help children born without limbs to do amazing things by creating their own limbs. Again, your main idea may not be worded just like mine, but as long as you're on the same, as long as it's similar to mine, then your thinking is probably correct, even if it's not worded exactly like that. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this passage. I just wanted to bring your attention to the bottom of the page. You see under Continue the Learning Journey, there's some suggestions that you could follow this reading with if you'd like. There's another video down here if you'd like to watch it. But again, I hope that you enjoyed this passage, and I hope that everybody has a great day.